Hi, Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How are you today? Working my way through the zodiac this week and looking at the full moon in Cancer and how it's affecting every sign. Just like the full moon has passed, and it was on the 7th here in Australia, but the energy lingers, right? So it will have an ongoing effect. Now, the energy is, the full moon in Cancer is forgive, move on, make peace, and say sorry. And in this reading, I'm going to look at how it's impacted or how it is impacting Aries. Look around you right now, Aries. I get this feeling of that it is a bit of a stubborn energy, but essentially I feel like you want to inspire, like you want to initiate change, you want to move on to something new, which is really exciting for you. And it's been a long time coming, and you've probably stood on some toes to get to this point, but the stubbornness in the energy is actually, the stubbornness that you had, beg your pardon, is going to pay off as you inspire and initiate. Now, it is the 7th year. We're in 2023, so we're all about embracing your soul. What do we got to forgive, move on, make peace, say sorry about, Aries, in order to move forward in this inspirational energy that I'm feeling around you? Let's see what we can draw as a reading. We'll do a couple of layers of energy, see what we come up with. Rightio. The Death card. Righto, we've got the Death card, we've got the Two of Swords, we've got the Knight of Cups. There's our inspiration right there, Mr. Valentine's Day. What have we got in the challenge? We've got the Strength card, we've got the Advice, his Judgment, and the likely outcome, Four of Pentacles. Righto, so the Death card, I do feel like you might have had to step on some toes with some people, or might have had to slam the door on old chapters and go, this really wants to be in the past. Now, we're under a full moon in Cancer energy. Forgive, move on, make peace, say sorry. Now, Cancer and Aries aren't naturally good bedfellows, right? This energy might feel like it's the thing that's ticking you off. It's the thing that you want to shut down and you want to close the door. Maybe you just don't want to have compassion for someone who has really done a number on you, or you've done a number on. You can flip, turn, toss this energy however it resonates for you, Aries. Okay, but the energy that's coming through from the universe under this full moon in Cancer is to shut the door, close the door on the chapter. And sometimes that means the person that you've got to forgive is you. Sometimes it means it's moving on from a situation where once you were really invested. But when the Death card comes in, that it is what it means. Slam the door, don't look back, walk away. It's time to inspire and initiate. That word I had, initiate, something new. You've got Jupiter in Aries right now, and it sits there as a major influence. When we lead, we attract a brand new enterprise. And this is what I'm picking up. Sham it, slam the door hard on what it is that has had this challenging energy around you. I feel like you've stood on someone or they've stood on you really significantly. Now here it comes through as the Two of Swords, and it's going, there's two sides to every argument, Aries. There is. So on this occasion you might have been wrong. It could have been you who's got it wrong, and that your version of the argument, you've seen it through your lens and through your perspective, and this other person who's arguing with you has got a completely opposing point of view for whatever reason. But right now what Spirit is going, forget the argument, forget I just don't think you're going to come to a resolution with this person. That arguing with them is fruitless, and it's time to slam the door on that scenario and put it in the past. Forgive, move on, make peace, say sorry. But it can also be an energy that just goes, let's agree to disagree. We're never going to agree on what's causing this rift or this ruffle between us. And so let's agree to disagree and move on. Here's where it gets interesting for you. In this 7 soul year, embracing your soul, I don't traditionally sit with Aries and go, well, naturally you'd have a Knight of Cups. It just, Aries has such a different energy. It's so more, it has much more, well, it is a fiery energy for sure, but it has leadership, and it's all about constructing. It's the energy of the Emperor, right? Aries, and going, I know what I want and I know how to go about getting it. And at times I don't mind stepping on people's toes. But are you in need of a little bit more tenderness at the moment, Aries? Right? This full moon in Cancer, is it needing some level? Feels like to me that, maybe you are wanting someone to say sorry to you, but in the same breath, you need to say sorry. There's two sides to this coin. Now, under this inspirational initiate energy, you can agree to disagree and move on and take up something new, initiate a new chapter, a new challenge. And I'm getting the energy big around our night. I call him Mr. Valentine's Day. He's about art and music and love. Wears his heart out on his sleeve. Is there a song that's resonating for you right now? It's like you just keep hearing it and it's gone like, it's got really intense lyrics for you right now, and it's about, it's really hard for you to say that you're sorry, and you feel like someone is sending you that energy. Because what I'm hearing in my head, that I don't know who sings it, probably Chicago or Foreigner or one of them fellas that goes, it's hard for me to say I'm sorry, but I want you to know. I just can't get to a point where I understand what you've got going on, so it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. It comes into the strength and the challenge position, right? You don't need strength unless you have fear and anxiety, and right now it's hard for you to overcome fear and anxiety, or it's hard for you to get into a position where you can see someone else's point of view. That's going to require laying down your strength, your position, in order to take on their point of view, in order to sing a more harmonious song in your soul. And it's like, it's really hard for me to say I'm sorry, and I really just can't relent, so I'm going to shut the door on this chapter. It actually takes strength to shut the door when you just can't come to resolution with someone. But Spirit's saying that judgment is upon this connect, and I do feel it like, it may play out for you that it's a friend, family, co-worker, but I'm kind of suggesting this might be a romantic connection that you have where you go, it's time to cast judgment on this connection, and I'm finding that I just want to be selfish about it. This is the card of the miser. It's about drawing resources towards you, and right now you're just going, this is about me, this is about what's mine, and I'm going to bring that energy towards you. And because of this energy, I can't get on board with what you're saying. I can't get on board with your version of the argument. It does not make sense to me. So because of that, it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I do not have the strength to continue in this connection. And in fact, the universe is advising that I close the door on it, that I shut the door, end this chapter, and I move on. And the divine finds me in favor of being selfish and about me and my energy at this point in time. Let's get another layer of energy over the top of this. Very, very nuanced energy for you, Aries. Let's see what else is going on in there. Ooh, 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 ooh. See, isn't that funny? It's like the Cancer full moon should bring these feelings forward naturally, but it feels like this stepping, that initial energy that I have, that you stepped on someone's toes or they've stepped on yours, is significant. And sometimes you have to forgive yourself in walking away, in moving on. Sometimes that's the energy. Ooh, delight comes through. Spirit wants you to be happy. Compassion. Well, there's the energy of the Cancer full moon, isn't it? Romantic love. So it is somebody that you have romantic love with, perhaps, or you want that coherence. And root chakra. Yeah. Okay, so Spirit does want you to be happy. It wants to know that you're making the right decision in closing the door and walking away. Delight is such a light-hearted energy, isn't it? Like to delight in something. It really is to me, it's the energy of spring. The flowers are blooming, and you're like, I just delight in being alive. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. You're probably got good food, good wine, good friends, good company, and it's going, Spirit just wants you to delight in being alive. And I get the feeling that the only way you're going to get to that energy is to close the door on what you've been fighting with. Sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is agree to disagree. Now, compassion is a big energy for that full moon in Cancer, in going, make peace. Can we just make peace? And sometimes making peace is going, I just can't be with you. There's just something about the way we disagree that means that we cannot be together. Sometimes the single most compassionate thing you can do is agree to disagree and trust your instincts. What I find is really interesting here is we do have Mr. Valentine's Day, and then over the top of that energy is reinforced. So it's going, You know, like it's not, to me, it's not that you don't feel love. It's not that that's not what's in your soul. And if we're in a 7 year of embracing our soul energy and you've got the Knight of Cups and romantic love, Aries, you just want to be loved. You don't want to be fighting with people, and you don't want to be caught up in an endless loop of going, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. And look, as an Aries, you know, it's a natural inclination as that Emperor energy to want to lead. So for you to have this energy popping up in your soul space and going, it's leading with lots of tenderness. Let's lie into your Aries nature of the Emperor and go, the Emperor just wants to be loved. He wants to be in that, and he or she, whichever, like, you know, the Emperor doesn't define masculine, feminine, you know, male, female. We're just, it's just energy. So the Emperor's energy is about, you know, being a protector and looking after the people, and the Emperor is in love. The Emperor wants to feel love, wants to extend love to someone or to something, and that is going to occur because the most compassionate thing to do in this circumstance is to close the door on something that you're arguing with. The most compassionate and delightful thing to do is to lean into the energy that's going to bring the most love. Now, this struggle, this is where it gets interesting, right? Is there money tied up in you walking away? Are you fighting over how to pay the bills? Are you fighting over, if I move towards someone that I love, it's going to cost me financially? And like this situation, your storyline will play out differently depending on where you are. So we could have somebody who's in a relationship with somebody who spends frivolously, and the emperor is concerned with matters of finance because he wants to build an empire, right? And if you're with someone who's just frittering your money away, it's really, really hard to sit back and do nothing. So to me, it's like you can love somebody and still disagree with them. So here it's going, you want to close the door on your chapter of strife. So is it that you become freer with your money? Is it that you become more romantic, more loving, more open, more free to experiences, and you worry less about prosperity? I'm going to think not. I'm going to think you care about this stuff and you care to make sure that there's plenty of money. You want the whole package. You want to feel as though what you've got going on is you've got love and prosperity walking hand in hand with each other. And I feel like the struggle that you've got going on is that somebody doesn't understand how important it is to you to feel safe and secure. So you're arguing over things that in the grand scheme of things might feel petty to the other person, but to you they're very, very important. And when you come into this energy, look at this. The energy is coherence, is it's trying to get people to understand your perspective, how important it is for you to feel safe and secure in the world, even though you want to swim in your feelings at the, you know, you want to allow more love into your life. You don't do that. You, like, the energy around you is going, I don't want to sacrifice my safety and security in chasing something as whimsical as love and romance. But you know, that's what's in your heart space. This is the year that the Emperor falls in love. So it's going, how are you going to balance that out, Aries? How are you going to balance out what's important to you with your safety financially and your prosperity against what your heart is chasing? And it's going, yep, you're going to make what home and hearth a priority. You're going to go, yeah, I want to fall in love. Yeah, I want to be in love, but I'm not going to give up things that matter to me in how I feel safe in the world, and how the Emperor moves in building his empire. Look, you've got the Four of Pentacles, which is drawing resources. The root chakra is all about being in the world, the solid structure of being in a world, how you make your money, how you build your home, how you exist in your family and your relationships. So it is the very baseline of being human. And you're like, I'm going to pull resources towards me, and the resources I want to pull toward me happen to include love, but it includes love without argument, right? So you're looking to find a partner who understands, like, see this coherence, you're looking to find understanding and balance in the partner that comes towards you, that they understand how important it is for you to have that solid structure, as well as being able to fall in love. You know, that longevity is important to you. Right, let's put some love cards over the top and see what they say. Um, I don't know. I don't know. What are you going to choose, Aries? You know, are you going to agree to disagree and just let your heart lead the way? Or are you willing to shut the door completely on love and just focus on building your empire. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Separation. Okay. And then we've got it's worth waiting for. Then we've got you deserve love. And you know this. You know you'll release your ex. Release your ex. Finances and career, right? Money's important at the moment. And unrequited love. There you go. There you go. This is starting to come together as a story, isn't it? Who have you separated with someone because you couldn't get on the same ideals? You know, and when I'm talking, let's talk pentacles. Maybe you don't want to live in the same location as your person. Maybe you have to change jobs to be with your person. Maybe you earn way more money than they do, or they earn, and there's a discrepancy in the way that money comes into the relationship and that it's dealt with. However, this has occurred, time apart from that person you've been arguing with is on the cards. See this? Spirit really wants you to understand that the right thing to do, to take delight in closing that chapter, and the separation from your person is necessary. So if you've been, like I said, the first energy I picked up around you is that either you've stood on someone's toes or someone stood on yours, and it's causing a major ripple. And sometimes the energy of a Cancer full moon is to move forward in compassion and just go, let's agree to disagree and move our separate ways. Because whatever is coming towards you has been worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. So it does look like there's another love for you. There's another version of connection waiting for you. So it's okay to agree to disagree and let go with compassion that is not working for you, because true love is worth waiting for in its divine timing. And maybe you had not got to the conclusion at this point that it's okay to value what you value in life and attract a partner towards you that matches your values, versus you having to make sacrifices towards someone else's values that are misaligned with yours. Perhaps as an Aries who's building, you know, this is just an example. You do value going to work and building your empire, keeping your family safe and sound, but you've attracted someone into your circle who's got addictions and who will quite happily drink your money away. You know what I mean? Or they'll gamble it away, or it's, you know, like, and you've had compassion for the scenario, but you've gone, you know what? It's okay for me to value the things that come with the root chakra in the world, because we do have to make our way. I'm not prescribing to notions of worshipping money or any of the above, but we're 3D creatures and we are in a system that requires us to exist and survive. So we have to find our peace with that. And as an emperor, you do find your peace with that, and you look after those who come into contact with you. Now, whoever you've brought into that realm has not appreciated that umbrella of protection, and in fact has done what they need to do to put you in conflict with how you feel about it. Maybe they're saying, all you value is money. Why don't you care about me? While they're out there gambling or drinking your money away. And you go, you know what? It's okay for me to value that safety and security. And I'm looking forward towards bringing someone who values what I bring to the table, that love and that protection and the, you know, some degree of comfort. You know, luxury is not a swear word as long as you are not worshipping it. And luxury is not a swear word as long as you're caring for the people who come into your realm. You know, definitely not people who want to abuse your generosity, but Aries, you are providers and protectors, and it's okay to go, that's who I am. And I want to attract someone who will appreciate my willingness to love and provide. You deserve love too. The romantic love, the appreciative love, the love that has gestures of appreciation attached to it. So your challenge is to release your ex. Your challenge is the questions of prosperity. Maybe they've made you feel bad about being the emperor that you are. As long as you're a balanced emperor, you get my vote, right? And sometimes it takes a lot of strength to go, you know what I value is more important than the damage that you're bringing to this connection, and it is time I let you go. The time has come to clear your energy. The advice from Spirit. Look, coherence about how you feel about finances and career and how they stack up for you in being, in divinity and being in a relationship. And it's a tough argument, like plenty of, there's this harsh ideal that a lot of the spiritual community go, you can't be spiritual if you have money. Says who? Says who? Money's just energy. It's what we do with it that matters. And we've been coded since we were young kids. You watch a Donald Duck cartoon, who's the bad guy in it? Scrooge McDuck, the guy with the money. We're coded from when we're really, really little to think that money's some kind of negative force, and if you're the one with the money, then you're the bad guy. If you're not being what's the word, philanthropic, you know that word. If you're not giving it away to everybody else all the time, then you're the bad guy. For sure, if you idolize money and if you make it the center of your existence, then you fall foul of the divine, absolutely. But what Spirit is saying here is it's okay to have healthy coherence, that money is an energy and it's one of the single most creative forces on the planet, because when used efficiently, money can create all sorts of things. It is the trading energy of our planet at this point in time. If you worship it, you're in trouble. The divine wants you to have healthy judgment to how you understand your relationship with money. And Aries, as an emperor, generally speaking, a healthy emperor will do healthy things with their money. Now, here's the thing. It's okay to accept that you are, the likely outcome is that there's an unrequited love situation. When you value these things, you will lose your relationship. Sometimes it's okay to say, my security and the security of people I provide for is more important than your frivolous nature towards money. So if this is a thing for you, you'll know. If it's not, throw it away. I'm using the term money, but let's throw pentacles in there. So it could be that the home that you provide, you're not going to lose your home on behalf of somebody who doesn't value it the way you do. If you've got, family that you provide for, you're going to make sure your family is provided for on behalf of an unnecessary version of wasting money that has come into your life. So in favor of choosing to be selfish about your pentacles or be miserly about the way you want to live, you are happy to release your ex and know that this is it will be a situation of unrequited love that's being asked to be let go. Agree to disagree and let go with compassion, because what is coming towards you, the love that you deserve, will be worth waiting for. Let's go one more layer of energy. Aries, this is a complex energy because, not a lot of spiritual people like to talk about the spiritual energy of money, but everything is energy. And when you're someone who's in you're waking up to your spirituality. I mean, you're not watching tarot readings if you don't have one foot in the spiritual door, right? Let's face it. So, and you've got the spiritual community going, you shouldn't idolize money. They're right. You shouldn't idolize it, but you do need to know where to put it. You need to have coherence on what the energy of money is. And then it's okay for money to flow in and out of your life, but it's not okay to idolize it. All right, let's choose you one more layer of energy. I feel like I just want to shuffle these one more time. What have we got for Aries? What's our first? Faith. Faith, right? First message out. Next message out is inspiration. Remember I said that to you earlier? You are ready to inspire. There's something in that energy. I'm going to dig a little deeper. Honesty. No, is it? No, holiday. Sorry, beg your pardon. Was that a Freudian? Do you need to be honest? Blessings comes in. And instinct. And one more for the final outcome. Can you feel me? Right, look at this. This is an interesting energy. Rightio, let's look at our first one. Faith. You are being asked to take a real a chance here in closing the door on a relationship or on a connection that you have, and play it out where it will, Aries. This could be that you have this energy playing out with your family. It could be you're a parent and it's playing out with your kids. I'm going to say there's definitely some Aries people who are playing this out as, romantic partners, because it has a focus on you know, love and romance in these earlier energies. So I think for the bulk of people who this resonates for, it will be a romantic partner where you have differing ideals around the way you want to live life. So choosing to close the door on something that goes, well, this is the person I've chosen as the partner that I've walked with for however long, but under the Cancer full moon, under the forgive, move on, make peace, say sorry energy, I'm closing the door and choosing not to fight with them anymore. I'm choosing to choose a space of separation, and in that I'm putting my faith in the divine that everything will be okay, that there's another love out there for me that's more aligned with the way I want to live my life. And this is what I find really interesting, because one of the first energies I said to you was there's something about inspiring and initiating. And here it is as one of your last messages. We've got Jupiter in Aries. Shall we read what's on the back? Your love, light, and wisdom touch the hearts and minds of many. You will be instrumental in helping another person change the course of their life. Miracles, inspiration, and healing result. So in agreeing to disagree, having compassion and letting divine timing do their thing, you're going to move into a chapter of your life that not only lights you up, but it lights other people up. And maybe setting this person free sets them on their path towards meeting someone whose values align more with theirs, and they don't have to fight every day to feel like they're living their truth. So this feels like an inspired move to close the door on the chapter that's currently causing you so much irritation and move yourself in the direction of inspiring and initiating. Look at this. I'm loving this for you. In the soul space, you just want to break, right? You just want to break. You just want to get to a place where you're feeling like your soul is just swimming in joy. Because the holiday comes in the soul space versus in the 3D space, which says to me, in this year that is a 7 year, you just want to embrace this soul energy. Look, imagine this is your soul and this is the divine bringing all this energy. You're just swimming in it. You're just going, tell me what I need to know, get me out of this pain, and bring me into the love that I know I deserve. Aries, you just want to provide a beautiful life for someone who just wants to love you in return. And Spirit goes, we want to take you there. We want to take you there. Keep swimming in your belief that you're going to get there. Keep just allowing the energy to wash over you, knowing that you deserve the ideals of love that you believe in, and that the person who matches those ideals is headed your way. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Again, I keep saying that, don't I? In releasing your ex, right? You're worried that you are going to lose. You're worried that you're going to lose things that you've built, right? So whatever scenario that you've put around you that has made you feel safe and secure in the world, quote unquote, this is the energy of, like, I'm referring to it as a Noah's Ark energy. And do you know how many times I've got magnets on my fingers for this card at the moment? It's like God flooding the world, right, and cleaning it of its rubbish. So this is God making peace, saying sorry, forgiving, cleaning out the rubbish out of the world. And in releasing your ex, and in accepting that it's going to take strength to get through it. It may affect your prosperity, but at the other end of it is a rainbow, right? And it might be a challenge to see that when you're in the conflict of it, for sure. But the rainbow is the promise that you won't have to go through it again. God flooded the world once with the idea of cleaning it up, and he promised he would never do that to the planet again, and the rainbow was the promise of that. And, at the moment, it's going to take all of your faith to believe that the difficulty that you're going through is leading to some kind of blessing. But Spirit is saying, keep trusting. Here you've got the energy of instinct, right? Which is, how I talk about this energy is going, you've got three brains, right? One in your head, one in your heart, one in your gut. And this instinct that sits in your gut, it talks to these other energies all day long, right? So you're in this space, and look at how this kind of plays out. You've got divine judgment, you've got mental judgment, you've got how you're showing up in the world, and Spirit is going, put all of that together and let it run through these three centers, and trust that the gut instinct that you're holding, that something better is ahead of you and you're going to be all right on all of these fronts. Understand that your instinct is on point in this moment. So you can rely on it, Aries. You can rely on these things that you know and trust. And I know that you felt like, oh gosh, my instincts led me into this mess. What are you talking about, Susie? Um, I'm going to say that the world has changed since you started in this scenario, since you found yourself in a connection with somebody who just holds opposing ideals. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing, right? Love. It's easy to. We can love people. We can love anything. You can love a cute little kitten on the side. Love is an easy frequency to tap into. A much harder frequency for people to hold in a relationship is compatibility, because you can love aspects of a person really, really quickly. But if you're going to be spending your life with someone, if you don't hold commonalities on your values and what your moral base is, then you will find yourself in constant conflict, right? And that constant conflict will erode away any feelings of love that you might have possessed. Love's easy to tap into. We fall in love easily. We've also fall into conflict easily as well when we're not compatible with the person we're with. So yes, you fell in love with this person. You fell in love, and that's a beautiful instinct to rely on. Go, oh, I feel love. But then we've got to let all of our brains talk when we choose the partner that we want to spend our lives with. Now, at the end of the month, January 23rd, we've got Venus meeting Saturn in the sky. Love, longevity, commitment to something you desire is the energy of that moment. And it's going, do you want to stay committed to this argumentative energy, or do you want to trust your instincts, set yourself free, and make yourself available for the song that your soul is singing? A Knight of Cups energy, a romantic love, you deserve love, you are lovable, and a break from the struggle that you've been in. Do you want that energy? Now, the likely outcome is, can you feel me, right? This is going to be a soul-based connection, but here's the kicker, right? Look what they're wrapped around in, right? The snake is wrapped around them. So this is Adam and Eve and the snake. So it's going, can you feel me? Can you feel my? It's probably going to be paradise on earth, but the temptation will be to mistrust, right? The universe is going, what I want you to feel is faith that I'm going to bring a connection forward to you, and see how the divine is kind of lit up behind these two. But every time when you get close to your blessing, the devil starts messing. So you and your person meet, fall in love, compatibility is there, you want to start to build a life that we're talking as this develops naturally. And the divine says, I will shine my light all over this connection, but also the devil or the snake will also be present to try and tempt you out of it, because you've been in struggle before. So you might want to refuse the love that you're actually trying to call in. Kind of makes a long bow, but I kind of get what they're saying here, is that the divine and the devil will be trying to keep you out of something as delicious as this, right? So you're going to be having to listen to that divine voice really, really carefully, and truly trusting your instinct when it comes to this person you meet. Can you feel me? Let's read it. Your feminine aspect is awakening. Feel the goddess energy inside you. She seeks acknowledgement and validation. New energies, new insights, and opportunities are emerging. Wake up, embrace, and celebrate. See that word? That's what I want you to see. Wake up. This is your moment where you have to be very, very hyper aware, and not just go, not fall back into a counter position within yourself and going, is it fear, is it love, is it fear, is it love, I don't know what I'm doing. You're going to have to run this one through the process of your faith. Bring the divine into your through your crown, through your heart, through your throat, through all of these energies, and let your gut instinct advise you as well, because blessings want to come down to you, Aries. The question, and you legitimately do want to attract your Empress. If you are in Emperor, and don't apply gender to it, if you're a male, female, like, forget that. Emperors want empresses, and Aries sits as an emperor energy in their native energy. They want to initiate a connection, really want to inspire a connection that matches that energy. An emperor for an empress is what we want, and you're going to really have to rely on your instinct to bring it into fruition. Righto, Aries, I'm going to wrap your reading up from there. So it's in faith, hope, and love. It's bye from me for now.